Episode of the KJD Show. I am your host, KJD. Welcome back, Jonathan Vilma. Your suspension's been overturned. Can I get a hoot at from everybody in the nation? All right, so I think that means the Saints situation looks a lot better now. We've got the heart and soul of the defense back. We got Will Smith back now. Some of the other guys that were involved in the supposed bounty gate, Hargrove and Vegeta, even though they're not with the Saints anymore, their suspensions have been overturned. So now that brings the question, how do we utilize some of these guys that we picked up, like Curtis Lofton? Do we rotate them in? Do we go with the 3-4 scheme now? Do we put Lofton on the outside? At some point, we know Vilma's going to be back to form since he couldn't play in preseason because of the suspensions. And how does this affect Roger Goodell, a.k.a. the John Laurinaitis of the NFL? Is he going to be the same strict guy that's going to keep picking on certain players in the NFL, like James Harrison every time he opens his mouth up about him? Is he going to tell the replacement refs to let cheap shots on Drew Brees go? Speaking of Brees, how is he going to be without Sean Payton all season? During the games against Tampa, St. Louis, and Indy last year, well, with the exception of the Indy game, he looked semi-human. When Sean Payton broke his leg that year in that game against Tampa, the Saints were winning at the time and ended up losing, which happened to have been the last game of the season. Tampa Bay won. And then the Rams game, despite the fact that they always have the Saints number recently. But at the same time, what would have happened had Payton not got hurt in those games? Who knows? Maybe the Saints may have had the number 2 seed and could have ended up beating San Francisco because they would have been in the Dome instead. It's a lot of what ifs. Speaking of Sean Payton, does he get reinstated? Does his suspension get cut now? And does Joe Vett even get any of his games reduced? Having an interim for an interim isn't exactly the best scenario for any team to be in. I want everybody to comment, give me your opinion, and who dat.